Hello, my darlings, and welcome to another episode of Ian as Weirdo. I'm gonna put some lipstick on because it's midnight and I don't give a fuck. It's actually 12:24 a.m. This is really hard to do in the camera. Good. No. My hands are shaking right there. Oh, God. Oh, having a moment here. Yeah, I got it up. Just draw a little bit bigger. It's hard with the piercing to overdraw. Just go down there. Sorry, that's really hard. So this is thou shalt not be a homosexual. No, this is thou shalt not fear. And it's from Notoriously Morbid. And for some reason, I don't like their black that much, but I really like this color. It's dark. Ooh, we got a little butthole though. Gotta fix that. Small lip problems. Close your lips. Disappears. Hey, welcome in. I am making a packer, a rainbow packer at that. Finishing one of 2 orders that I have unfinished. There's a bug. It's just like a gnat, so don't fear for my life just yet. But it likes the smell of my lipstick, which makes sense because it smells like vanilla, I guess. But it's rude. I did not ask it to be all up in my business for some reason. So I got this skein of Big Twist cotton yarn, and I've bought this many times. I've made 1,000,001 packers out of it, and for some reason, like this has like fuzz and like fluff all over it, and I don't know what's happening, but it's just like I'm constantly picking fuzz off of it. Something about this stick is looking weird. Isn't that what most of us say? You gotta jam it in there real tight. So my first cow on my Patreon is gonna be this packer. And I know not everyone has a use for a packer. That's cool. But you can always donate them. You can start selling them, whatever you want to do. So I'm going to do a cow or crochet along with this packer pattern that I've used many a time and quite enjoy. So if you want to become a Patreon member, you can look in the description box below, and you can do that. If you don't want to do that, if you can't do that, no worries, no big deal, but would love to have you there, because I have a bunch of patterns that I am working on right now, in between orders, of course, that I want testers for, and I want to give like first dibs to my Patreon members. And there, I mean, like when I say I'm working on a lot of patterns, like I'm going like full gambit, like across the craftiverse patterns. So I would really like some patrons to be with me on this ride. Hello, welcome in. Yeah, but you do what you can. I understand. I'm a cool dad. I'm wearing my Try Guys Triceratops Pride shirt. Even though I really only watch like one Try Guys video a month these days. But basically, if Eugene's not in it, I'm not watching it. He's just so hot. It's just, I love him so much. But the other guys are great too. The other two, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm using my Furls 3.5 millimeter butt anal bead hook. I have not tried it as an anal bead apparatus, but I'm sure it holds a lot of promise. So some things coming up that I am planning on doing other than pattern making, because pattern making is so like, it's just weird because I'm like, oh, this looks a little crooked. Like, would it have looked crooked if someone with skill did it? You know, like I'm sure, like if I gave it to any of my friends to test, it would look fine. But what if it didn't? What if it was crooked when they did it? I know my hair is crazy right now, but it's not the craziest you've ever seen. So deal with that. Yeah. But yeah, so one thing I want to start doing, so I made some middle of the night purchases last night. I was up until 5 a.m. Many of you know that I've been having stomach problems and I've been trying to get in. I have a referral in for a gastroenterologist, so hopefully I'll be seeing one. Well, I think I also have an appointment. I've got so many appointments, and they're just like consult, and I'm like, I don't fucking know what you do. Like, my chart is so confusing. Anyways, but I made some middle of the night purchases, and basically I bought 2 sets of contacts. I bought, and both of them are colored contacts. One is white, where you can see the pupil in the middle. So it looks spooky, but it's not a full whiteout. And then I got a full whiteout. And so those full whiteout contacts do kind of impair your vision a little bit, I've heard, but I've never tried them. If you don't know, I don't love contacts. I've got very small eyes, and I have super high anxiety. And with those powers combined, it is very hard for me to get contacts in my eyeball. Because I'm like, why won't it go in? And my eye is effectively closed. So yeah. I should have put some tags in this. Can I do that? I feel like it's just like a scheduling thing. Probably can't do that while I do my stream. Edit. Oh yeah. Crochet. Makeup. Weird. Spooky. Rainbow. Gentle. don't know why that was a really hard one for me to type out. My brain's stalled out at trans and didn't want to go any further. Okay, cool. Well, I can save changes. That's cool. So yeah. But so I bought these contacts and I bought some like other things involving contacts. I bought contact solution. I bought contact eye drops because my eyes get super dry. Also, so I'm farsighted, which most colored contacts, actually all colored contacts, unless you get them from an eye doctor, all of them only are for nearsighted folks. Isn't that cute? Isn't that just cute? Yeah. So, and also I have an astigmatism, which they do have colored contacts for astigmatisms, but they're much more expensive. And I only have an astigmatism in, well, one eye I have like a slight astigmatism, doesn't bother me much, and the other one has like pretty significant astigmatism. So basically, like the contacts do not like to sit on my eyeball, and they also tend to dry out because they're not like making full contact with my eye. My eyes are dry anyways. So but I just get the base, the 0.0 contacts, and usually those are fine for me because my vision's not so bad that I would like I don't need to wear glasses. I'm not wearing glasses. I'm not wearing contacts. I wear glasses to reduce eye strain. If I'm going to be reading a lot, if I'm going to be anything like that, like and I even have like blue light protector to protect me from this cursed computer and this cursed phone. But why does this stick look so weird? I think the balls are really small. I thought maybe I might have missed a row. I was bragging earlier about how many times I've done this pattern, and I think I might have missed a row, but even still, it looks a little small, doesn't it? It's okay, it's about the vibe. The balls are just about the vibe. But yes, I am planning on doing so with all that. I also got like these little tools to help you get contacts in. So I'm hoping that makes it a lot easier because contacts sometimes I can get them in. Oh, hello everyone, welcome in. Sometimes I can get contacts in like 30 seconds, and sometimes it takes me like literally an hour, and by that time I'm ready to like throw it against the wall, like smash my mirror, and like, just normal non-dramatic things like that. Hi, welcome in. Come say hey, hang out with me. If you're wondering why my voice is still hoarse, I had a bad day a couple days ago and ended up throwing up a lot. And I don't think my voice has ever been so hoarse. With the testosterone, I always have like a little bit of a gravel. But that I notice, I don't know if you all notice, but this was like, I would try to speak, and all of a sudden my voice would just drop out, and I'd be like, and I would be like, what'd you say? And I'd be like, I can't say it any louder, please. Just read my mind like a good wife should. I would never say that to her. I would never say that to her. But was I thinking it? We'll never know. So, oh, I didn't bring my polyfill in here. Motherfucker. So forgetful. So there's just so much That's polyfill. There's so much fluff though on this yarn. I don't understand what is happening. But it was also interesting when I went to Joann to pick this up, and normally with Joann, like they have deals if you order ahead to pick up. But for some reason, they said that this yarn was so low in stock that I couldn't order ahead. And I was like, okay, there's probably like one or two, and there were like 7 there on this like little tiny, it wasn't an end cap. End cap. It was on the side of the end cap. I don't know, but where they have all the big twist cotton yarn, and so I noticed that this yarn, I don't have another skein to compare it to because I used it, but so like this is a lot brighter than what I normally get. And I looked and I like some of the skeins were kind of like dull, and that's the one I usually have. And I was like, did they like I mean, is it a dye lot thing? I don't know. Like, are there dye lots on this? How do you do a dye lot on variegated yarn? I don't understand how dyeing works. It does have a lot. 2644. Okay. But yes, so I got a little stick to put my contacts in. Had to order them in packs of 5 because I guess they're so cheap that you don't, you know, Amazon was like, we're not going to sell you like a 75-cent thing. I know that math doesn't add up. Don't, it's late, okay. But so I got these white eye contacts because if you know anything about me, you know that I love drag. I just, uh, female impersonation, male impersonation, person impersonation. Hey, Candy, welcome in. Love to see you in the house. What are you working on? What you up to this late? But I love drag. I love doing makeup. I love drag. I love everything about drag. Um, and so, um, not only do I watch RuPaul's Drag Race, I also watch the Boulet Brothers Dragula, which is a I don't want to say it's a spooky version of Drag Race because it's just entirely different. Like they're drag competitions, and that's kind of where their similarities end. Um, so Dragula is a lot more like alternative and like punk and like gender fluidity, and just a lot of it's everything I've ever wanted in my life, to be honest. So the Boulet brothers are actually a couple. Um, that's just their persona, that they're brothers, but they're not brothers. They are not brothers. Just got home from work. Ooh, have a temperature blanket, peacock stitch lap blanket, stitch amigurumi, and joy shot on the needles. Oh my gosh, you are busy. I feel you. I feel like that's how busy I feel like I am trying to make patterns, trying to make orders, trying to become a drag superstar. Not really, um, but I want to do drag, and I've been wanting to do drag for a long time, and it's taken me a long time to feel confident enough in my manhood to want to do female impersonation. And I know it might be confusing, me transitioning um, from female to male and wanting to then impersonate a female. Weird, right? But not so weird because gender is who I am. It's who I go to bed at night as. It's who I wake up as. It's who I live most of my life as. Drag is performative. It's for, you know, it's 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 art, you know. And so um I know that when I remember one time I was on David Browning's live, and I had just done like full drag makeup, full drag. My eyebrows were up here, and I told David that, like, I was like, like, hey, I would really like to come up on the panel, but like I probably won't show my face. And he was like, why? And I was like, I'm in full drag. And this is shortly after I had transitioned. And he was like, no, you need to show me. And basically bullied me. No, I'm just kidding. David did not bully me. um, slightly coerced me into coming onto his drag, his live in full drag. Um, and someone asked a question like, why would you transition if you just wanted to dress up like a woman? And I guess like the simple answer is that drag is performative, but also like who gives a shit? Like, you know, it's like do whatever you want. Like me wanting to like look and be a certain way for an hour, one day, a month does not play into my actual gender, who I am, believe it or not. It's like when you wear like sweatpants all the time and like one day a month you're like, ooh, I want to put on those pumps and those, this like fancy dress and all my jewelry and stuff like that and do my makeup. And I want to go out on the town and go to the club. I want to look good and show everyone how good I look. But that's, but truly like you like to wear sweatpants. That's it. I am sweatpants. But so the Boulet brothers, they often wear white out contacts, and it just looks so magical with their makeup and with their outfits and with their hair. And I am constantly just like, I'm just obsessed with the Boulet brothers. And I'm even trying to convince Mel that we should be the Boulet brothers of of North Carolina. Um, of course, they do more than just drag. They produce shows. That they do a lot. So, and I know it's not just drag, but it's taken me a long time to be comfortable enough with my masculinity to say, hey, I want to do female impersonation. I want to wear makeup. I want to do, I want to do this dramatic, look and wear a bunch of rhinestones and be super queenie. That's just what I want to do. But I'm still a guy, and it's this kind of mind fuck that you go through. But so this I got last Halloween, I think. So this is from Starbucks. I know you can get like these studded ones everywhere now, but this one actually glows in the dark. It's fucking rad. I have Candy. I have to see your work. I I can't remember if we're friends on Facebook or if we just have like a bunch of mutual friends. But do you post your work on Facebook? Because to my knowledge, you do not post on YouTube. Hey, Zach, welcome in. I am making a penis. A packer, to be more precise. I actually think I'm getting right to the length that this person wanted. For my packers, I give size options because not everyone needs the same thing. You post yourself on your Facebook and your community page. Okay, so hold on one second. Is that like a group? is your your community page of your YouTube. Okay, I see what you're saying. I was like, is that like a Facebook group? Or... Okay, I gotta find a tape measure. I'm usually pretty good at like, I've made so many of these that usually I'm pretty good at like, yep, that's about 5 inches. But I always measure to make sure because I don't want anyone to get shortchanged. But, Zach, are you working on anything? I saw you on your live the other day. Was that yesterday? Oh my gosh, time is so weird. I do not have a live talk with Liz. Hi, welcome in. Great to see you. I've been good. Ups and downs. Ups and downs. Life is interesting, as always. Um, but um, but surviving. Not thriving, but surviving. And one day we'll get back there, but not quite yet. So I think this is about 5 inches, but I also don't have my polyfill in here. I'm so unprepared. What if I just started doing something entirely different than making this packer ring? I have this idea for a video, but I don't think it's like good enough to be just by itself. So while I have you here, I'm going to try this idea I have out. So as you all know, if you've watched any of my makeup videos, you know that I hate cleaning my brushes. And this is a global phenomenon. I almost said pandemic, but my other one won't charge. Oh no! Hopefully it's just a charger. Maybe a new charger will help it. I've had that problem happen before, and getting a new charger helped. So hopefully it's something simple. But if you watch any of my makeup videos, you know that I don't wash my brushes very often because like I tend to get them all dirty at once, and I'm like, I gotta wash them all again, and like, oh. So it's like, what if I just did what if I just did my makeup with makeup already on my brushes? Is that a stupid idea? Gonna get it looked at tomorrow. Okay. Well, hopefully it's inexpensive because I know computer costs can run up a bill. Okay, so let me see if I can do anything. Oh, I made this baby blanket. So it's just a granny square. Oh, I need to sew on that end. I keep forgetting to sew on my ends. um, but then it has a scallop border, which keeps them fucking curling in. But it's just because this yarn sucks and is hellacious. I made it for my wife's coworker, and it's out of Hobby Lobby yarn, which I don't buy Hobby Lobby yarn anymore. But my mom had bought like 6 skeins or something like that for a baby blanket. And first of all, I was like, "What baby blanket takes 6 skeins of yarn?" Like, oh my gosh! Like, I mean, they were like, like sizable. I mean, they weren't like dollar store skeins. But she was like, I don't have time to make this baby blanket, so here you go. Here's some yarn. So I'll never say no to free yarn, just so you know. So I'm just gonna start doing the makeup because I don't really care. Does this have anything on it? There's some glitter on it somewhere. That's not what I want. Just see what happens. I'm so pink you can't even tell that I just put pink on my face. I wasn't always this pink, but testosterone hates my face. I can't wait for puberty to end. This one's not as even, but this is a really big flat brush for this type of work. So, you know what? We're just doing our best here. And this should have some pink eyeshadow on it. Maybe not. But yeah, so I started using that yarn because I've had it for like a year now, and I don't know what to do with it. So I still have a little bit left. I can't tell if it looks okay, if it looks so shit. But yeah, I mean, it's really, really soft. It was really, really annoying to work with. So I have this problem with all. Okay, it was great to see you, Candy. Thank you for joining. Get some rest. I know you worked real hard, so you deserve it. But so when I make granny squares of any kind, I usually use a furls hook if I have the size. Because just like the constant rotation, like of doing like yarn overs and like all of, like this movement that you get, you know what I'm talking about if you crochet. That movement. But is this red? But what was I talking about? Must not be important. Okay. Oh, I try to use furls when I do granny squares. So most of my furls are the resin streamlines. I have one Candy Shop, which is my 3.5 millimeter that I use to make the packers, and I have 2 or 3 Odysseys, but they're kind of in like the middle. They're in like I think I have a 3.25 and a 5 and something in between there. Actually, I want to like line this more. So the squeaking of the chenille, like not all chenille is squeaky on the streamlines, but like this chenille was, and I was like gonna lose my mind, and then I don't know what it is. Is it just me? Let me know. If it's just me, let me know. But anytime I have any Hobby Lobby yarn, it is impossible to find the center pole. And I just like pull out like barf and barf and barf and barf. And I'm just please find an end. So like I just have it just like strewn across like everywhere. It's like freaking cobwebs. Is my lighting doing something weird when I do mine? It's just a shadow. Okay. I'm not losing my mind, don't worry. And it's always so barfy. I'm assuming it's just homophobic yarn, but Who knows? I want it to kind of curve a little bit, and it's not curving. Also, I'm doing this just in the reflection of the camera, or I'm just using the video. so, so usually I have a mirror that I do this with, but because I'm doing this so late at night, I'm so unprepared, and I apparently am partially brain dead. We're just doing what we have with, what we can with what we have. Mel and I just started watching House again, which is cool because I haven't seen it in so long. And let's see, do I have any blush on here? Should I put blush on? Nothing. But yeah, that's all Hobby Lobby yarn for me, Liz. Like, oh my gosh, like it's so annoying. It's I swear it's like it hates me. Like it has a personal vendetta, like I killed one of its relatives or something. I don't know. Like it's not right, but it's okay. In the immortal words of Whitney, that was Whitney, right? I'm like swatching these on my hand, but I'm trying not to get like all the color off so that I can use it if I want to use it. I don't think that has anything on it. Managed to find like the one brush. This has some white on it. Let's see if we can kind of carve that out a little bit. What are you making, Liz? But yeah, I'm gonna start doing more drag makeup. I'm gonna try wearing contacts that don't fit my eyeballs, which is super annoying, but beggars can't be choosers, right? I was gonna get some green ones, so it might be hard to tell just with my shitty lighting, but I actually have green eyes. Had a split shift today. You're getting tired. Yeah. Oh, that's hard. Um, well, I'm glad you came in, Zach. Stay as long as you want, but don't push yourself if you need to get some rest. I'm definitely not gonna push anyone who can sleep. I just haven't been able to sleep lately. Sleep's been all over the place. I have this color, and I just don't think it's gonna be right. But like, maybe like, see, I can't even like, I didn't even use foundation, so I didn't like smooth out my skin. Started playing new granddaughter a month early. Oh, is she doing okay? You're off tomorrow. Oh, that's great, Zach. You should get some rest. Look at this patch right here. It's like I've had so many breakouts there that it's like purple. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like I said, testosterone hates my face. I'm not gonna take it as a personal slight because all my other side effects from testosterone have been fantastic. So guess I'm gonna deal with some acne. Put some makeup on it. She was a big baby. She's home. Oh, I'm sure her mom was glad she didn't have an extra month. That's so amazing. Yes, congratulations. That is wonderful. Tell me about your baby blanket. What are you thinking about doing with it? What kind of yarn? What kind of design? Just stitches. Tell me all. Tell me all. Or tell me whatever you want to tell me. I'm not forcing you to do anything. I'm using this kind of like orangey shade. That's my bronzer. I am very pale, so anything that's not like quite cool enough looks super orange on me, but My hair is orange, so I guess it works. I don't know. I don't make the rules. I'm not even gonna pretend to contour my nose because one, I hate contouring my nose because I actually really like my nose. I think it's just fine. And my nose is so dark that like look how white I am compared to my face. My face is very red. It also feels very warm right now, so maybe I'm running a fever. Who knows? I'm kind of liking this look. It's giving me a little trans pride, which isn't surprising given that literally all the brushes on my desk have been used for trans pride makeup. Ooh, Mandela Baby in the colorway Narnia. Ooh, I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm gonna look at that up right now. Baby Narnia. Oh, that is gorgeous. Oh, I love those colors together. Oh, is that like a lime green? Or is it a yellow? Looks like maybe a yellow in this picture, but this picture looks like lime green. It would make more sense, I guess, if it was a yellow. It's very pretty. I like it a lot. Good choice. And you're watching a tutorial. Cool. You don't know what you're making? That's totally fine. Honestly, if you want to come here, come to the States, I can put you to work. I can put you to work because I need pattern testers. And I also want people who are beginner crafters. So if you want to test any of my patterns, I'm gonna start putting out like quite a few patterns. I have quite a few planned. I have what I think is the best idea for a object pattern, whatever. And I'm so excited to get started. The pattern making itself shouldn't be too hard. It's the details. It's gonna be very, very detailed. I'm just a beginner. Exactly. That's what I want. Um, if you want to join Patreon, my Patreon information is down below. All my Patreon members will get exclusive first dibs to pattern testing. And once you pattern test, you get the pattern. So right now I'm doing a series of spooky granny squares. And it doesn't matter if you've ever done a granny square before in your life. I walk you through it. And so the colors are not indicative of what this actually is. I just used some yarn I had on hand, but I did a 3D ghost granny square. So the 3D part is this little ruffle right here, and um, yeah, and you can make it without the 3D part if you feel more comfortable. But this pattern right here is actually for free on my Patreon. You don't have to be a patron to try it. So if you just wanted to try something, you do need to have fingering weight yarn and 4-weight yarn. I tell the hook sizes in there. I believe this is a 3-point. Just look at the pattern. Just look at the pattern. I gave up once, not doing it again. You're not doing giving up, or you're not doing crochet, or are you talking about granny squares? Whatever you're talking about. This is honestly, I wanted to make it beginner friendly. I think it actually is very beginner friendly because I'm kind of like an advanced beginner. I would not say that I am an expert crocheter by any means. So yeah, this is how it turned out. You're not giving up on crochet. Yay! Well, we want you in our crochet community. Even if you didn't crochet, you're always welcome in this community, of course, Zach. But yeah, I don't think you should give up because you were making excellent progress. So, and it just, it's a step at a time, right? So that's how we learn everything, step at a time. So yeah, this is my 3D ghost. I'm working on the pumpkin right now. Um, I have a couple different colors of yarn that I'm planning on using. I'm trying to use a bunch of different techniques to keep each square very different. But the one thing that I want to be consistent is I want them all to be kind of suspended in the middle of the square like this. Instead of like you crochet around it, like those look great, but I don't have the brain power to figure out how to do that. So I'm just gonna do it my way and do these suspended granny squares. I'm gonna do ghost, pumpkin, um, probably a bat. I think I might do Mothman. I don't know. I'm just gonna go wherever the wind blows. One of the many giving me encouragement. Oh yay! Well, we're happy to be here. It's just like anything. You fall off the horse, you get back on it. Whatever that saying is, fall off the bike, you fall off something, you get back on. I'm not quitting my day job to be a motivational speaker, okay? um, so yeah, let me see what these other brushes are all about. I have a black lipstick from Black Moon Cosmetics. I just feel like we need to be like a community that supports each other, and I feel like we really are at our core. Occasionally, some drama pops up here or there. I honestly, personally, haven't felt or heard any drama in a while. I feel it's great. I'm like, this is awesome. Because, like, who needs that garbage in their life? Me. Got enough problems as is. See what color this is. I'm truly not sure. Is there a color on there? Did that make a difference? All my brushes just looked dirty. So I assumed that they all were. But someone's been lying to me. And you're red. So what do you want to crochet, Zach? That's my question to you. Like, what kinds of things do you like envision yourself crocheting? I just started to come on. I was really sick. Oh no. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that. It is no fun being sick. I have to make a little bit of a wing. A blanket. I want to make one of those. You are more patient than I am. I hate making blankets. I hate even making baby blankets. Unless the baby blanket is a granny square. It's just about all I can deal with. Everything else, I'm like, just nope. There was a period of time where I thought maybe blanket yarn could be my friend. It wasn't. And not only did I get Bernat blanket, but I got Bernat blanket extra. So my wrists were basically crying at the end of every row. So, but there are people who love making blankets. There are a lot of blankets you can do. But something that people did that I kind of adapted, granted I haven't touched mine in a long time, is temperature blankets. And For me, because I don't give a shit about the temperature. Honestly, like I don't like it's the furthest thing from my mind. I do not care. Um, and so I was like, I'm gonna make a mood blanket. So I'll have where is it? Sorry, give me 1 second. I gotta turn around. So this is, oh my gosh, it's covered in so much dog hair. It's crazy. So I made this thing, and you'll see similar charts. You can make however many or few you want. But I just was like I would describe a mood, and if I was feeling that, then I would use that color. And so I did mine as a mosaic, which is actually very easy. And I know it's somewhere around here, but as soon as I fucking end this live, it's gonna be right in front of me. Oh, there it is. So this is what I did. So this was my mood blanket, and I can start it up at any time. Who cares? That's the good thing about a blanket like this is like you can pick it up, you can put it down, whatever pattern stays the same. Mosaic is just like a special way to crochet, where basically you're almost like you know how sometimes when you're painting or like coloring with colored pencils, you color with one shade and then you like color with another to like cover up part of what you colored with the one shade. Does that make sense? Like that's kind of what it is with um with uh with mosaic. And this is like a really really simple mosaic pattern. But yeah, so the back of it just looks like a striped blanket. Like that's it. But then you don't sew in your ends most of the time with mosaic, which I loved because I was like, I don't want to sew in ends. And that's why I did a mosaic pattern for my blanket, unlike people who do temperature blankets and have to sew in 365 ends. Actually, they have to do twice as many because there's 2 ends. But yes, so that's what I did. So if you're looking for an easy pattern, I think that's a great way to go. And again, you don't have to tie in ends. So awesome. I wish all my projects were like that. Hell, they kind of are. I just refuse to tie in the ends. I was looking at this cardigan. I just put a listing up on Etsy for my half rainbow, half trans pride cardigan, and I took it off and it was kind of inside out, and I realized like I never sewed up my magic circle in like the armpit. And I tried to get all my ends, but there were so many colors in the freaking cardigan. Anyways, I'm better now. But yeah, so I'm trying to sell my wares on Etsy, but I'm also trying to create patterns, not only to have like a passive income, because that would be cool if I just had like, some money coming in every month and I didn't have to make anything. But because like I can only make so many packers at one time. The next packer I'm gonna be making is my rainbow stripe. So I have 2 striped packers that I make, and the rest I use just one skein of yarn, and I I work up like that. But the stripe ones, I actually like stop and start colors, which isn't like the most annoying thing in the world, but when you're an irritable bitch like me, it can be. Um, but also, so the packer pattern is worked in the round, in a continuous round. And so changing colors, you see the change in colors. I know you can do the jogless join, but I've just been too lazy to freaking even try it. It's just like I'll learn it. It makes two of us. um, like like I'll learn how to do the jogless join. I'll do it for one packer, and then I won't do another stripe packer for like a month, and then I have to like do it again, and I'm like, I don't want to relearn this. I wonder if oh my gosh, there's foundation still in here. Oh my gosh, but this brush is like hard. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna be less red. Ugh, there's so many spots. So hard when you have like 1,800 piercings in your face to put foundation on, but whose fault is that? Yeah. So I was supposed to be potentially getting a tattoo this week, waving my hand around because it was going to be on my hand. And I was so excited. It was so excited. But then just kind of like things didn't line up. Tattoo artists didn't get back to me. Things and such happen. God, this is really uneven. But this brush makes it really hard to blend it. Usually I liked using this brush, but now that it's made of stone and broken. um, but yeah, so I was gonna get a Medusa head on my hand and have like her hair, like the snakes, kind of creep down onto my fingers a little bit. And I was really excited. And Mel and I had a lot of conversations about whether or not this would affect my disability hearing or not. But I'm going for bipolar disorder. Like you're gonna penalize me for making bad decisions. Does anyone else get red just right here? I mean, obviously I'm red all over, but like really just like red right there. It's so weird. But yeah, so that is a tattoo I wanted. I think Medusa's I think her whole mythos is so cool. Um, and also very sad. Um, but yeah, I saw a picture because originally I wanted knuckle tattoos, which judge me all you want. I I wanted knuckle tattoos, but Mel was like, it's just too prisony, and I was like, it shouldn't be none of their business. Yeah, exactly. But as I like to say, only Judy can judge me. Color. Um, whoa, that was unexpected. Okay. Um, but yeah, so wanted to get knuckle tattoos, and I was trying to think of like different words I wouldn't spell out. Then I was like, maybe I want pictures. But the thing is, with the fingers and with the hands, more so with the fingers, ink tends to fall out of your tattoo. You got to go get them done again and again. Usually 2, 3 passes is about how much it takes for the ink to really stay in. Also depends on like your profession, how much you wash your hands, all that stuff, sun protection, all that stuff. A lot of people, even if you're like, I wear long sleeves all summer long, because I am this white. And I hate, like, I will put sunscreen on. It's not like I have a resistance to putting sunscreen on, but it's just you gotta reapply it. It's slimy. You smell like sunscreen. Ooh, what does she have on her hands? Yeah, I love hearing about people with hand tattoos and hearing about how they heal and last. But yeah, so some then like I was like maybe like little like pictures, like a little pumpkin or something on my fingers. I don't know, but I don't know. I just wanted like real thug shit tattoos on my knuckles. Ugh. Um, but then I found the hand tattoo and I was like, that is pretty sick. That was pretty cool. so, um, so yeah. So, Liz, if you are on Facebook and you would like to join the Army of Weirdos, I wrote it down in the description box below. It's my Facebook group. Free to join. Just hang out, talk amongst yourselves. I post a lot of shit. I also post a lot of stuff that I don't post online. Like, I kind of recently had a really bad day, really bad bipolar day, and I talk about that. She was dating this and she put daddy on her hand. Ah, yep, happens. um, but if you want to join Army of Weirdos, you're welcome to. Just a nice place to hang out, show your work, get inspired with other projects. And they're probably, so like, Patreon members are the first people to get to test my patterns, and the second people to get it are the Army of Weirdos, because those are my babies. This does look black, doesn't it? Almost. Until you get close and then you're like, oh yeah, it's blue. It's blue. But it's just like a hair on the dark side. Because I got black and I got this color. So I kind of feel like I could have just gotten this color and been fine. But I love black lipsticks too. Maybe I'll do a video where I compare different black lipsticks. Would that be interesting? Would anyone care? Let me know. I've been here an hour. I'm going to try to go to bed. I'm actually probably going to read fanfic, but I'm going to at least take my medicine so that I can eventually go to bed. But I love you all. I promise I will not put daddy on my hand. Because I have enough father issues for all of us. But I love you all. Liz, it was wonderful to see you. It was so good to see you. Zach, it was great having you, as always. Whoever that mystery third person is, thank you for being here. And I'll talk to you all later. Bye.